lot thicker. And then Alvin Trong brings a toughness to the center position. So if you're a little bit short on the offensive line, at least you got these two guys coming out.
Oh, yeah, I think that's definitely a plus. I think one of the big tests to watch for early is going to be the Southside D-line versus the Bentonville West O-line, which I'm being told is a very experienced group. They may have taken some knocks, as you do sometimes when you go from junior high to high school football. But every snap you take at this level is something you're going to keep and makes you a veteran. I'm not sure which way that's going to fall, and that's why you play the game, to figure out who's going to win.
And you look at the Southside defense, that defensive line for Southside, very experienced, very tough. You got Jeremiah Van Hook, a 3-year starter. Jack Hannon, who started several games last year. In fact, the last ball game of the year for Southside, they had 8 sophomores on defense against a very good North Little Rock team. But the one guy I want to key on is Sean Rogers. This young man, from what the coaches are telling me, and just watching him last year as a sophomore, he's unblockable.
And that's something we're really going to need tonight, especially if Bentonville decides to go to a pass-happy offense. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You can't leave it all to your secondary. I will say this, and I think it'll show tonight, Southside's secondary is much improved over last year.
You look at that secondary, you lose Mason Gregory, we lose Bennett Windell, 2 really good safeties, but you've got Eli Lyles and Dakota Wareheim taking their place. Those 2 young men were undersized linebackers last year. They're in a natural position of safety now.
And your safety, you think back to the days of the San Francisco 49ers and Ronnie Lott, he could dominate a game from that position. So it's possible to do. I never like to see a defensive stat chart that shows my safety as the leading tackler, though. Always makes me a little nervous. Why are they getting 15 yards down the field?
Exactly. And the one area, too, we talked about all the areas of the defense for Southside, but one area I know if you talk to Coach about that really lights his eyes up, you talk about his linebackers.
They're very mobile, and that's one thing that we noticed even in the scrimmage against Alma about a week ago, was they were mobile, they were involved. You've got to have active linebackers, especially because we run a 34, which puts more pressure on that linebacker group because you've got all those gaps exposed. You've only got 3 down linemen, and somebody's got to be there.
You've got quite a bit of experience out there, and you also have Sam Sanders, who played a lot last year as an outside backer along with Jack Clark. But those 2 middle backers, Leighton Johnson is a move-in from Greenwood, played at Southside his sophomore year, an excellent ball player, a hard-nosed kid. And you've got Landon Chafee, and Chafee started on the outside last year. They moved to the inside, and he's a natural.
Yeah, and he had to do so because of injury, if you'll remember, Keith. But I'm back to my tenet. If you're that young fella here in high school and you're getting those snaps, always pays off the further you go in your career.
Exactly. Hey, check out Shelter Insurance with Chris Dooley. He's at 2917 Old Greenwood Road, Fort Smith. You can call him for a free auto, home, and life insurance quotes at 646-6792. Be back with the kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable, with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Just about ready for play tonight. And remember, we'll be picking our Fort Smith Flooring Group Players of the Week, an offensive, defensive player for tonight's ball game. And Philip, I'll tell you what, the Mavs just coming on the field now, waiting on the Wolverines to come out. The Wolverines brought their big helmet with them. And how do you get that in the bus?
I don't know. I hope it folds up tightly because that is an inflatable that a lot of kids would have fun bouncing around in.
Exactly. It's time to play some football, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a whole different experience for us right now. And you look at keys to the game tonight. I think one thing you have to look at, Philip, would be the fact that offensively it's going to be a work in progress for Southside.
Yeah, that's hard to watch, too, and sometimes fans don't understand. But here's the thing to remember. We have an experienced coaching staff. They've been to the big game. They've been to the state championships. They know what to do. And it's hard for us as fans sometimes just to let them do their job and teach as they go.
Exactly.
The best thing we ever learn in life are from our failures. We don't usually learn much from winning.
But, you know, if they can control the football a little bit tonight, work the ball, that's going to be the key, because if they can control the football, work a few points out, your defense is going to hold their own against Bentonville West. But the key is if they have a lot of 3-and-outs, it's going to be tough in that hot weather.
One of my pregame thoughts is which group for Southside is going to be the leadership this year. Is it going to be the offense? It could be. More likely, I'm leaning toward the defense right now from what I know about this team.
Exactly. You look at this team, too. We talk about all the experience on defense. It's a lot of juniors. There's very few seniors. This senior class is very small. There's not really many seniors even starting for Southside.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we look at that and we wonder where all the seniors at, and I can't answer that question. What I know is these juniors were tested last year. A lot of sophomores got to play, and that's going to pay off big as this season progresses. It's important for us to remember, though, this is game one. It's a long time between now and December. We hope to wind up in Little Rock. We'll see how it works.
Well, your problem is, too, you say that, and then you think, well, it's a work in progress. I know Coach says from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, you see your most improvement, but you think about it, your game 1's against a very good Bentonville West team. Your game 2 is against two-time defending state champion Greenwood. Then you play Heritage, and you get in that meat grinder schedule of the 7A Central, which is, bad for Southside is just the fact that when they moved to the Central, man, those guys all got good.
There are no rental wins on this schedule.
Not at all. Southside will be kicking off to start the ball game. Kicking off for the Mavs will be Angel Hernandez. Back deep will be Steven Dyson along with A.J. Moss. And Brandon Humes back deep, too, for the Wolverines. Hernandez approaches the ball. It's a good kick down the field, going to be fielded inside the 10-yard line. He's at the 15. He crosses the 20. At the 25, is going to be knocked down at the 26-yard line. That's A.J. Moss on return for Bentonville West.
Yeah, great open field tackle there. That really had a little bit of potential to break wide open, but we filled those gaps pretty quickly.
And that's going to be a key for Southside. We talk about the kicking game. We had Connor Robles last year, did a solid job kicking the football, and he's one that's going to have to be replaced. Now, we've got our punter back, Adam Puckett, which is a bonus for Southside. He's punted for 3 years, so that's a good thing. As Bentonville West will line up, they'll have one back in the backfield. That's Nick Whitlatch. As McDonald calls out signals, takes the snap, hands the ball off the right side of Whitlatch. He's at the 30-yard line across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 11, be a first down on the play. Making the play for the Southside defense is Dakota Wareheim.
A little bit of misdirection there in the backfield. It was a spread look. Once you have that spread look, our backers got to move around.
And again, Bentonville West will go with the spread formation. They'll have two receivers either side of the field. Now we've got a whistle on the play. And I'd say you talk about the two lines, Bentonville West wins the first play.
First play, but it's a long game.
talking about something here. Not sure what's going on. As I'll talk to Coach Williams on the sideline. It's too early to have a conference.
Yeah, and I see Coach Williams shaking his head, so I don't know if he understands or likes whatever's being decided there on the field.
I mean, it can't be a sideline warning this early, can it?
There should have been a flag, and I never saw a flag through it. Just saw a play stop.
Nonetheless, be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. They'll have the ball on their own 36-yard line. Ball will be spotted on the left hash.
Oddly enough, one of the referee crew is speaking to the new Fort Smith athletic director for the Fort Smith Public Schools. So
he holds a lot of clout. Now he's talking on his walkie-talkie. So, hey, we got some big going-ons here.
It may, you know what? It could be the new clock rules this year on the continuous clock for the snap counts versus the 25-second.
McDonald takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, throws the ball deep down the field, has an open receiver. It's going to be a great diving catch over there inside the 30-yard line at the 26-yard line. That is Brandon Humes on the catch, and can't do much about that.
No, he had the inside post, and once he establishes that inside position, all the quarterback's got to do is lead him into it.
And again, they'll go with two receivers split either side of the field. McDonald takes a snap, hands the ball off to Whitlatch, crosses the 25 inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Be a gain of 8 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 2 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and there was about 5 missed tackles there for the Southside defense.
It'll actually be 2nd and 1. Excuse me, 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff up the middle. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown. That is Carlos Hall on the carry.
About 70 yards, Keith, is what I got by my tally in
4 plays.
4 plays. Resulting in touchdown.
Was that who that was? Carlos Hall?
Yes, their starting running back is Jonas Hickson.
What number was it?
21.
Okay, thanks. Waiting on the extra point. We've got a flag on the play. It'll be offsides on south side. Trey Travis will be in to 10th. The extra point on the hold will be Landon Grigg. And I'll tell you, Phillip, we're touting the defense, and that was just too easy.
Way too easy, and, it's going to be a long night if they don't tighten up.
Yeah, exactly. So you wait on the snap. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Your kick is up. The extra point's good. We've got 11:02 to go here in the first quarter. Bentonville West leads Southside 7-zip. Be back with the Wolverine kickoff after this. Just the Southside Maverick football Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory-authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
We'll get up across the 30 to the 32-yard line. This Dakota Wareham on the return, but we've got a flag on the play. Looks like it may be a hold on the Mavs back around the 14-yard line. If that's the case, Phillip, not very good starting field position.
No, and you can't afford to put yourself behind with this team because apparently they've showed that they can score on 4 plays in 58 seconds, and that's pretty quick scoring.
And they're very athletic, too. You saw that catch on the second play by Humes. That was a beautiful diving catch, not only to make the catch, but to hang on to the football when he hit the ground.
Yeah, I talked earlier about the inside position and just lay it up there, but that layup that he put was pretty good ways out there, and he had to stretch for it. It's actually going to be an illegal use of hands.
They'll move the ball back just inside the 9-yard line. That's where the Mavs will start their opening drive of 2019. As they'll start Wareham in the backfield for Southside. That was a nice return, though. He had getting out across the 30-yard line, but it's all for naught as it's brought back with the illegal use of hands. The Southside goes with a strong left with Bogner at fullback. Here's handed off to Wareheim, crosses the 10. We'll get up to about the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Good opening play for the Mavs, and so gain 3 on the play.
A lot of times people look at those plays like that up the middle, and they think, well, what's the point of this? But the point of it is you're wearing down the meat of that defense, especially if they've got guys playing both ways. So every snap they can get off that they can make 5-6 yards in the middle, in this case about 3 yards, it's a plus.
Yeah, you wear these guys down, too. I mean, just hit after hit, and if you can have one of those long 15-play drives, it's just the defense is not going to be the same. Again, second down, 2nd and 7. Here's a snap over Wee Hunt's head. The ball's in the end zone. They're going to knock it out of bounds for a safety.
Well, the safety is, of course, one of the ways you can score in football. It's worth 2 points, and you lose the ball. So we definitely have to say at this point, Bentonville West has the momentum.
And I'm not sure what Wareheim could do on that because and really probably did the right thing, just knocking the ball out of the end zone. I mean, you can jump on it, it squirts away, but you could maybe try to pick it up and run. But
if you were at a football clinic, that's what you would be taught. Either kick it out or just lay on it where you are. He wasn't going to give up 6 points, that's for sure.
And that was one thing that we struggled with a bit last year, if I recall, was the snap from the center. A lot of times they were just a bit high, which you think, well, it may not be a big deal, but that throws the timing off.
Everything's off, especially if you've got motion like Bentonville West is doing or we're trying to do some misdirection. You know, the back could wind up running into the quarterback if it's off by just a millisecond.
Well, this is definitely not the start you want if you're a Maverick fan, as they are down 9-zip, not even 2 minutes into the ball game. They've got 10-12 to go here, and Southside will kick the ball away at their 20-yard line as Angel Hernandez will tee the ball up. Interesting thought here. Would you put Hernandez out there or maybe have Puckett punted away?
You know, I've always watched that and seen where most teams will punt. I think the advantage being it's in the air and you can get under the kick. But I don't see anything wrong with putting the ball further down the field if you can do it.
That's a nice kick by Hernandez. Will be fielded at the 25-yard line. He's at the 30-yard line. Crosses field at 35. Oh, he's hit back there and knocked down. A great defensive play by Dakota Wareheim. Called his name several times already. Phillip having a good ball game early.
Very active, and that's what you want to see. And this is going to be a test for what we talked about earlier, the O-line of Bentonville West and the D-line and which way we're going to go. So far, they're leaning toward a running game. We'll see how it progresses, but only one pass on that last drive.
Again, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. They'll start this drive on their 36-yard line. They'll gain 10 yards this time, as opposed to their first drive on the 26-yard line. Again, McDonald is your quarterback. That's Dalton McDonald. Calls out snaps. Takes a snap. Here's a handoff to his running back. Going to be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Southside. Getting off the pile for the Mavs is big old number 51, Sean Rogers. Going to call his name a lot tonight.
And we need to. We need to. And that was a great penetration. If you're going to mess up that motion in the backfield, you've got to be penetrating.
They'll bring up 2nd down as Nick Whitlatch will be your running back with McDonald at quarterback. Works pistol formation, takes a snap, looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat, has time to throw it over the middle. Going to be complete. A good hit by the safety by Wareheim over there, but a good throw by McDonald as he hits the open receiver. That's Steven Dyson for the first down at the Southside 42-yard line.
Big gain on the play, but he paid a price to catch that ball.
That's what you want your safeties to do. If he catches it, let him know that he comes that area again, it's going to happen again. So nice hit, but nonetheless a big gain for the Wolverines.
It's going to be hard on the D-line to penetrate and rattle him because he's not holding on to the ball very long, Keith.
Yeah, trip set to the right of McDonald. 2 receivers on the short side of the field. Here's a snap to McDonald. Throws a quick pass over the middle, complete. Down at the 36-yard line, that's Whitlatch on the catch. Making the play for the Southside defense is Angel Hernandez. He'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4 for the Wolverines. Phillip, they're doing a good job so far of really mixing the run with the pass.
Yeah, and I think they've got the Southside defense on their heels for a minute because we saw those long pass plays. That was just a standard find your spot and turn around.
And Carlos Hall will check in at running back. They go 3 running back deep here. Here's a end-around handoff. And what a great defensive play over there for Southside. The ball was handed off to Luke Miller making the play for the defense. That was Landon Chafee from his linebacker position, chasing down for a loss of 2, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines. Dare say it early, 8:23 here in the first quarter. This is a big defensive player for Southside.
A big one. They get a stop here, they'll be out of field goal range, and they'll have to kick or go for it.
They'll go 2 receivers either side of the field as McDonald looks to the sidelines to get the signals. We have Carlos Hall in the backfield, who will line up to the left of McDonald. Here's a snap. Here's a quick slant pass going to be hit, and looks like Southside intercepts the ball at the 24-yard line. What a great play by Southside.
That's one reason you want to have video for the fans to see that. He walked the tight line.
Yeah, that was Dakota. Yeah, Dakota Wareheim on the interception. Dakota, he's playing early to get that player of the game.
Yeah, it's the old Oski drill, though. Once that ball got tipped up, wasn't the best pass and wasn't the best effort to catch it. And once it went up in the air, Southside was there to gobble it up, and that's what you want to see.
And that's a big play down 9-zip here early in the ball game. Southside will start with this drive on their 24-yard line. And Philip, what was really nice about that play, too, was the fact that he got the feet down. Once he caught the ball, he was very aware of where he was on the field.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Parker Wehunt calls out signals, has one back in the backfield. Dude, that's Washington checking into the ball game. Here's Washington off the left side, going to be hit. We'll try to go forward. Will be dropped back for maybe about a yard loss. Bring up 2nd down. They're actually going to spot him for maybe just at the 25-yard line. This game a gain of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, good hard run. But, you know, you've got to keep churning like a piston when you get up there with the big boys.
What I've noticed about Washington is he is a very shifty runner. He doesn't seem to have the breakaway speed that Savoy does, but nonetheless will be a asset for the Mavs. This time he's going to be hitting the backfield, going to lose 2 on the play. Making a nice defensive play for the Wolverines is A.J. Moss. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and we're really kind of going the opposite way, Keith. Had the safety on the first drive, and now we have this in which we're going backwards. We need to be going forward down the field.
Yeah, they'll spot it right back at the 24-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Yeah, Southside's got a -8 yards total offense on 2 possessions. As Parker Wehunt looks to the side to get the play, they'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. Washington in the backfield. Looks like they're coming off the corner here as Wehunt takes a snap, rolls to his right, keeps rolling. Will throw the ball down the field. We've got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be completion over there, but we've got a flag on the play. Maybe a hold on Bentonville West in the secondary.
Either going to be a hold or pass interference, and, of course, that's quite a bit of yardage if it's pass interference.
I think it'd have to be a hold. The flag was thrown early on the play, and the ball wasn't in the air yet, so I think it's going to be a hold. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Bentonville West. Philip, you got to take advantage of those breaks early. Southside getting a big break, getting the INT by Wareheim. Need to take advantage of it, get the penalty there, get the first down, keep this drive alive.
Yeah, that's one way to get a first down, and, of course, that's against the rules if that's what they were doing. So certainly we'll take whatever we can get.
You're too diplomatic. He first attempt at the 34-yard line. You've got Bogner in there. He goes in motion outside. Wehunt wants to throw a quick sideline pass complete to Connor Austin. Going to be brought down right there at the 37-yard line. Be a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Connor Austin is your go-to guy. Is going to have to make some big plays. You get a guy in space, you got to get away.
Yeah, and I like the fact that we didn't have a long pass route. We weren't looking for something deep. Get the ball, get Wehunt that confidence, and get the ball out quick. And that's the way you're going to build your quarterback up for that long ball later.
Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs, and they'll bring Dimitri Lloyd in motion from right to left. Here's a snap to Wehunt, hands the ball off to that side to Washington, cuts back inside across the 40 up to the 42-yard line where Luke Miller makes the play for Bentonville West, along with big old number 62, that's Landon Woolridge. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 3. And you saw what Washington can do right there. He escapes the initial tackle, gets positive yardage.
Yeah, and a good hard run, too. He didn't give up on that play till he was completely down.
And now you're in a 3rd and 3. You're still in a makeable run situation here. As Southside will go with 2 receivers split wide side of the field. Now they'll bring a man in motion. That's Lloyd. As they go strong left this time. Here's a handoff to Washington off that side. Cuts it back inside across the 45. We'll get up to midfield. And the line's pushing him down the field to the 47-yard line. And number 50 of Southside Alvin Trong's got somebody's helmet.
Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a face mask if you're holding it by the face mask as it come off the player's head, but we'll take what we can get.
Is that like a trophy?
He gave it back. So I guess it is like a trophy fish in a bass tournament.
Yeah, we've got Dalton Person up here. We could ask him that if he ever had a helmet or something from another player.
Well,
so it's like a trophy. He's shaking his head, yes.
Dalton would keep something like that.
First and 10 for the Mavs. The ball will be spotted at the Bentonville West 47-yard line. 5:13 to go in the first quarter. Southside trails 9-zip. As Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball, looks down the field. No one open. He's going to run this time. Will be hit and dropped for maybe about a yard loss. Making the play for Bentonville West is Micah Pinales. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 11 for the Mavs. One thing I noticed, Philip, on that play that we've got to do a better job of is the receivers really quit their routes and we're standing. It's easy to cover somebody if they're standing still. You've got to be moving back to the ball.
It's kind of like when you're watching a basketball game and nobody's moving. You got to have constant movement. Find the open spot. If they're going to play in a zone like that, just find that open spot and sit down and the ball come to you.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 11 for the Mavs at the Bentonville West 48-yard line. Looks like they want to come with a blitz here. Now we've got a flag on the play. I believe what happened on that Whitlatch looked like he was going to come with an outside blitz. I think Southside may have reacted to it.
Yeah, and it always amazes me that the guard right up against the center with the ball right by them ever does that.
Just the one that reacts?
That's what happened.
If that's his man, we've got big problems out there.
Hey, we want the kinks to be worked out in the first quarter.
There you go. Again, we've got 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Southside trails Bentonville West 9-zip. It'll be second down, 2nd and 17 for the Mavs. Here's a handoff to Washington. Going to be hit in the backfield. A nice form tackle by Ariel Braddock on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and half a mile.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any holes at the Southside offensive line. It's just popping open. You could drive a Volkswagen through. And I think that's what we need to see. This is a big group. Bentonville defensive line, I don't think can handle that if they'll just play that game. We're going to take it up the middle, make those holes, and make them pay every time that we have the ball in our hand.
Well, your key, too, is you've got to get positive yards on first down. Southside dug themselves a hole with that penalty, and now trying to get out of it. And, everybody knows what's coming. Maybe we'll see maybe a screen pass or something as they bring Wagner in motion. Wee Hunt takes a snap. Here comes the blitz. It is going to be an inside screen to Connor Austin. He drops the ball, but I'm not sure it would have gotten anything because the blockers were there, but it looked like Bentonville West kind of circled the blockers.
Yeah, very interesting play because the screen was set up on the opposite side of the field, and, of course, no Bentonville West was there. But that's easy to say since they didn't go to that opposite side of the field. But it was actually a screen for both sides.
Good call because it looked like a jailbreak coming in.
That's fine. You let them go whenever it's a screen and get your lineman out front.
Adam Puckett stands back at his own 31-yard line. Back deep will be Steven Dyson at his own 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Here's the punt by Puckett. It's going to be a nice high punt as Dyson goes back, takes it at the 18-yard line. There's a block in the back as Dyson goes down. Good coverage by the Mavs down there. I believe that's Landon Chafee down for the Mavs.
Oddly enough, I don't see a flag on the field.
What was funny about that play is he actually initially avoided blocking him in the back, and then he goes ahead and does it anyway.
I think the referee who was throwing the beanbag down was more interested in the spot of the ball than what had actually happened.
Now, I can tell you a story about a play at Greenwood a few years ago where they were worried about spotting the ball, and our guy that intercepted the ball got creamed about 8 yards out of bounds.
I understand.
Nobody saw it. Again, McDonald's your quarterbacks. They'll start this drive on their own 19-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's an end around again, and he's going to try to cut back inside. That's Dyson. We've got a flag on the play. Boy, he is hit and knocked down at the 21-yard line. Again, that's big old Sean Rogers over there leading the charge for Southside along with Leighton Johnson, and he's going nowhere.
Yeah, to set that edge, and that's what the Southside defense was able to do there, push him back into the interior pressure that was coming.
Bentonville West gives you a lot of different looks. They're a lot of end arounds, a lot of passing. I mean, you don't know what's coming with these guys.
No, I mean, and to flip side that, Southside offense, I don't know if we run a play that we've actually went to the right side of the formation. They've all been to the left. They're mixing it up every time.
There'll be a holding penalty on Bentonville West. We'll bring the ball back to the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 22 for the Wolverines, as McDonald calls out signals. This time he's going to be a pass outside, set up well. He's at the 15, 16, 17-yard line. Boy, he's brought down on the play. Again, I think that's Landon Chafee making the play for the Southside defense.
Very athletic play because Chafee wasn't in position to make that play when the ball was originally thrown.
Yeah, that was Luke Miller on the catch, and we've seen some good hitting. I'll tell you right now, we've had 2 or 3 plays in a row that they stopped them in their tracks.
Well, Bentonville West, you would think with the score and with what's happening, they're having their way with Southside, but they're not. They're paying a price every time they touch the ball.
They'll bring up second down, second, and let's call it 14 for the Wolverines. Again, 2:19 to go here in the first quarter. Southside trails 9-zip. Here's a snap to McDonald. Looks to his left. Will throw the ball over the middle. Has a wide open receiver. He's at the 45 at midfield, at the 45 in Southside territory, down to the 39-yard line. That is Luke Miller. Dakota Wareheim brings him down at that point. They found a soft spot in the zone, obviously, in the middle of the field, and they're exploiting that so far tonight. 2 big plays here early in the ballgame.
What I'm seeing is like the Southside defensive coaches are afraid of that deep threat. And so in between those linebackers who have got the middle and your deep being your secondary, and that's where they're finding it, and they really like the post pattern.
Be first and 10 at the Southside 40-yard line. Again, 2:06 to go here in the first quarter. Southside trails 9-zip. McDonald takes a snap. It's a quick slant pass out, complete to Dyson. Dyson is going to be hit, gets away, gets down to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, looking at that, we had a couple of missed tackles again. You got to wrap up. You got to make that progress right where it is.
And that's the one thing that I know Southside needed to work on from last year was the missed tackles. But, really so far tonight they've done a pretty good job in space. Here's a pass down the middle of the field. It's going to be deep downfield, incomplete. And there's good coverage over there for Southside. Wareheim on the coverage for the Mavs will bring up third down, 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines.
Wasn't the quarterback's best effort, but Southside did have it covered, even if he'd put it right on the spot. I don't think that play was going to happen at all.
Well, your safety was there, and that, he's already got 1 pick over there. Maybe had a chance at another one, but again, we said this earlier. This is another big third down play for the Mavs.
Big play.
McDonald calls out signals, takes a snap. He throws a pass going to be complete outside. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. That is Jonas Hickson on the touchdown.
Yeah, he's their big running back. He's their stud, and they played with him all game. The Southside was there. We had 3 defenders, but he just athleticism them. Is that even a word, athleticism them?
It is now.
All right. He's a big kid.
That's
he
right.
really is very strong, very fast.
Yeah. Dalton was telling us about him. He's really their bell cow on the offense. They'll go with him. They'll go with Whitlatch a little bit. And then we've also seen Carlos Hall play some. And Coach told me they had one kid actually move to Bryant who was a tailback. So, I don't know if you can say the rich get richer or get poorer, but they've got plenty back there. And they'll go for 2 here, try to get it up to 17. Here's a snap. Here's a rollout by McDonald. Throws the ball. It's going to be complete for the 2-point conversion. On the catch over there is Steven Dyson, and our score is 17-zip. Be back with the Wolverine kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was an 81-yard, 6-play drive for Bentonville West. They now lead 17-zip. It was a 35-yard touchdown pass from Dalton McDonald to his running back, Jonas Hickson, and they now lead 17-zip, 1:27 to go here in the first quarter. Not the kind of start you like to see.
No, absolutely not. And I'm sure Coach Williams has already saw enough that he didn't even need to watch the film from that first quarter.
Here's a kickoff by Travis, going to be deep, and going back to field it will be Lyles, who steps in the end zone. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and I want to say field position has been bad for Southside. Well, yeah, it has been, but Bentonville West has not had great field position. But really the difference of the ball game, we were talking about this during the break. They hit us with a long pass, what was it, second, third, and 14, and they get the open receiver, and it's been 2 or 3 long plays that really hurt the Mavs so far tonight.
They have a fine running game, but their passing game is what's really broke this score open the way it is.
Oh, they mix it up well. As Southside will check in with Washington in the backfield along with Bogner. Weehunt's still your quarterback. They'll go receiver split either side of the field. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Handoff to Washington up the middle will be hit and dropped at the 23-yard line. A bit of a hole there. Closes up quick and making the play defensively will be Jacarden Hardiman. Will bring up second down, 2nd and 8 for the Mavs.
Best hole I've seen so far tonight from the Southside running game.
And what you've noticed, that time they actually took it more to the right side. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight.
No, not at all.
Southside will go trip set. Here's a handoff again to Washington. Not much there. He's going to be hit and dropped back at the 21-yard line. Philip, one thing I'm noticing, too, is this Bentonville West defense. Give us some credit. These guys are fast, sideline to sideline. Southside trying to take the ball outside. It just seems like it's a lost battle.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me we had a defensive coordinator at Arkansas, and his thing was, I want to see lots of hats wherever the ball is. And you're seeing lots of white hats, what Bentonville's wearing tonight, Bentonville West. Lots of hats wherever the ball's winding up, and for them, that's what they want to see. We don't, but it's good for them.
Southside will go with 2 receivers split to the left side. Now they bring a man in motion. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Looks down the field, rolls to his right. Still looking, has an open receiver, and the ball one hops to the receiver. But that was a good job coming back to the ball. That's what we talked about, standing receivers. This time, I believe that was Josh Hannon. He came back to try to make the play. The ball just a bit underthrown.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be punting here as we should. But now, I mean, it's going to be time again for the defense to step up and to really put a throttle on what's going on here.
Adam Puckett will check in, stands back on his own 9-yard line. Back deep, again, will be Steven Dyson, who will stand at midfield, be more great field position for Bentonville West, which, as we said earlier, really hasn't been a factor here in the first quarter. Southside trails 17-zip, and it's a high snap, but Puckett makes a great catch.
Still decent kick.
Yeah, and he gets a good kick that's going to go back inside the 40, inside the 35, and what a play by Dyson. What a scary play. He dives on the football. Would have been a big break for the Mavs if he doesn't get it.
I wish I had a blood pressure cuff on the Bentonville West coaching staff to see that happen. All you got to do is let that ball go, and it's now a live ball.
Well, gentlemen, that's a highlight reel right there. Did you see the catch that Puckett made and then had the presence of mind to punt the football and punts it 50 yards?
Absolutely.
Would have been 60 if Dyson doesn't dive on it.
And that may be one of the keys to the game before this is all said and done.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Bentonville West. They'll start the 4th drive of the game on their own 30-yard line. We've got 4.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bentonville West leads 17-zip. As Whitlatch will check in at running back for the Wolverines. Here's a snap. He will get a fake handoff. They're going to take it deep down again and back there. Good coverage by Southside. Back deep for the Mavs is Kobe Evans, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, Southside trails 17-zip. Be back with the start of the second quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Hey, check out our season sponsor, Frank Rowe Furniture. They're at 405 Fort Street in Barling. Best seats in the house. It'll be second down, 2nd and 10 for Bentonville West as they have the ball on their own 30-yard line.
Interesting to see what Bentonville West stays with. They're getting their big chunk yardage with the pass, but the running game's been good to them as well.
Again, second down, second and 10. Here's a handoff to the running back. That's Whitlatch. He crosses the 35, will get up to the 40-yard line where he's knocked down on the play. Making the play for the Southside defense is Levi Russell.
Yeah, just to portend the future a little bit, they're very similar to what they're doing with their run game to what Greenwood would be doing next week.
Be third down and 1 for Bentonville West. As Whitlatch still in the backfield. They look to the sidelines to get the play. 11:31 to go here. Southside trails 17-zip here in the second quarter. So you've got a big lineman in the backfield now. They'll hand the ball off. He's got the first down as he crosses midfield. Gets up to midfield where Leighton Johnson makes the play for the Southside defense. It'll be another first down. Just short of the midfield. That was interesting to see. They brought in Trenton Davis. He's a junior offensive lineman as the fullback.
Yeah, you don't see the fullback too much anymore, even in high school football. And I think it's a lost art that you can really use, especially to lead those backs into those holes.
You got to like the look, too. I mean, they've gone with 4 set wide receivers the whole ball game. Now you bring in a fullback. It's a different look, and it's very effective right now. Here's a snap to McDonald, hands the ball off to Moss. He's going to be hitting the backfield and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. What a great job, great penetration by the Mavs.
Textbook tackle. Stood him up, shoved him back. You couldn't ask for anything better on that play.
That was Landon Chafee and Angel Hernandez making the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up second down, second and 10.
Looks like he lost 5 yards, but, of course, it stops the forward progress.
And, sometimes you just got to say enough's enough, and I think that happened on that play. A good form tackle by the defense. Again, second down, second and 10 for Bentonville West as McDonald calls out signals. Has Carlos Hall in the backfield. He's going to throw a pass over the middle, incomplete. Intended receiver over there was Stephen Dyson. We'll bring up third down, third and 10.
I'm going to give the Southside rush there a hurry on that one because they did hurry the quarterback.
Well, that's the thing is, I think if you can put them in third and long in some tough situations, and we'll see that go on as the year goes, as we play through. But, that kind of turns loose your defense a little bit. Your linemen can get the pressure. Your Sean Rogers, they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback.
Nothing better than to see a D lineman do a bull rush.
Jones Dixon checks in at running back. He'll flank off the left side. Here's going to be a double reverse pass play. It's going to look like a pass. Now they got him pinned in the backfield. He's going to be dropped for a loss of 5 on the play. That was Stephen Dyson on there, but great job by the Mav defense getting over there. There's Jack Hannon leading the charge for the defense, and that'll force a punt.
Hey, this is a victory because this is the first time we've seen the Bentonville West punter.
And it's going to be Trey Travis. He'll stand back at his own 32-yard line. As Connor Austin will go back deep for the Southside return. He stands at his 22-yard line. Good series, though. The defense really stepped up. They're going to have to.
They're going to have to all this year, and that's why I'm looking for the leadership. Which unit?
Here's a snap. They get the punt off. It's going to be a short punt that's going to hit at the Southside 30. Takes a good roll for Bentonville West inside the 25. Will be spotted at the 24-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. They're on 24-yard line. We've got 9:22 to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 17-zip. Philip, the one thing that we talked about the offense going to be a struggle, but we only have one first down here early, and that was on a penalty.
Yeah, and this is outside of the touchback. This is our best starting field position of a series.
As Washington checks back in the ball game, he actually limped off on the previous series, so I know he had to kind of tweaked his knee a little bit in the scrimmage, so hopefully everything's okay.
He's back in.
Willie Hunt takes a snap. Here's Washington off the right side. Boy, he's going to be dragged down at the 19-yard line. Making the play defensively is Ariel Braddock.
Yeah. Hey, Washington innately has great speed, and he keeps wanting to pop it to that outside. But if you look at that, when he pops to the outside, his linemen are where they're supposed to be, and he's kind of all alone with a bunch of white shirts.
Well, that's what we talked about was the fact that pursuit that Bentonville West brings to the table. I mean, you look, their linebackers are the running backs.
Yeah.
So you got the speed out there. Willie Hunt calls out signals. They'll go with a double man in motion as they bring Lloyd over. Now here's a pass play for Willie Hunt. Wants to take the ball deep down the field. Tries to go to Connor Austin. And a great catch inside the 40-yard line now. He drops it on the way down.
got to complete the catch all the way, and he may be injured, Keith.
That may be one of those plays where he got the air knocked out of him.
Yeah, if you land on that ball and hit your diaphragm just right, it's going to be tough. Got an excellent training staff with Coach Griffiths. He's already on his way out there, and we'll wait to see what the outcome is.
And with that injury, we'll go ahead and take a timeout, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Got that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bed liners, car audio and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Colley. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Remember to catch the postgame show sponsored by West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Clean Services. Again, it'll be third down, 3rd and 16 for the Mavs. Here's a snap. Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. He gets away from the pressure, looks to throw, throws the ball down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Thought I saw a flag, but something dropped on the field.
I think it was a hand towel.
Okay.
Somebody had on their pants.
I'll bring up 4th down, and you look at the offense for Southside. You can't live 3rd and 15. But let's go back to the previous play, though. Connor Austin, it looked like he just got the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully that's what it is, but that was a great individual effort.
He had that ball, and just the way he landed caused it to come out. And I know, people argue, say, well, you have to finish the play, but he should get credit for that.
Puckett checks in to kick the ball away for the Mavs. Here's a low snap. He gets a snap, gets it off. It's going to be Shank on the right side, going to go out of bounds. And let's see, as good as the last punt was, this one wasn't.
No, I think we've only got a change of yardage of what, about a total of 10 or 12 yards?
Well, they're going to spot it at the 39-yard line, which I think they're being generous right there from where it went out.
Yeah, I would have said 40, but I'm way up here in a Southside fan.
Okay,
so.
I was going to say about the 35 at least. But that was dangerous, too, because the snap was low, and if you noticed, he almost took a knee when he took the snap.
Yeah, and but he didn't, and he's made a couple of saves there that are really credit to him. This is probably going to be the best starting field position Bentonville West has had all night.
Southside again needs for the defense to step up big. They did on the previous series, getting a 3 and out. Here's going to be a deep pass down the field, and you got good coverage. He catches the ball down at the goal line, and let's see, they're going to mark him just short of the end zone.
Yeah, that was something to see. If he had just turned around, we could have made an interception.
Yeah, I believe that was Dyson, wasn't it, on the catch?
Yeah, he had his back to the play. Incredible catch by the Bentonville West player.
But you said the key thing, the defender was there, but he had his back to the play. Never saw the ball. Here's a handoff to the running back, and it looks like close to the goal line. I spot him just short of the touchdown. It brings up 2nd down, 2nd goal. But yeah, you got to turn around and find the ball because he was there. He turns around. He's going to knock it away.
Couldn't play it any better defensively, except for you need to turn around and just find the ball.
The 2nd goal for Bentonville West. Again, we've got 7:46 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Southside trails 17-zip. Here's a snap, handoff to Whitlatch up the middle. Touchdown, Bentonville West.
I think it's easy to see now, Keith, how this team could score 27 points in one quarter of play.
Well, the thing you hope for is we have a repeat of Owasso when they wear down.
They kind of went goose egg after that.
The only thing that scares me about that is we don't have what's the kid's name that plays for Owasso? Jacobs, the running back the Hogs are trying to get.
Yeah.
His brother's the one that played at Alabama. We don't have him to make up the yardage right now.
We have what we have, and great effort at times, but there are times when we're still lacking.
Yeah, Trey Travis in for the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. 7:38 to go here in the second quarter. Southside now trails 24-zip. Be back with the Bentonville West kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 3-play drive for Bentonville West, culminating with 1-yard touchdown run by the running back Nick Whitlatch. They'll kick off to Southside. The Southside now trails 24-zip. And guys, it hasn't quite gone the way we hoped it would. We still got 7:38 to go here in the second quarter. And, you start your season out, you see things you got to work on. And, we can always take that positive. Maybe you improve from the first game to the second game, so we'll see what happens. Here's the kick by Travis. It's going to be fielded at the goal line. I believe that's Wareheim on the return, crosses the 20. No, excuse me, it's Eli Lyles. We'll get up to about the 25-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive at their own 25-yard line. Got to get some offense, guys.
Best thing to happen here is not good effort, but a touchdown, a scoring opportunity, and begin to get that spirit back in the Mavericks.
Again, at the end of the ball game, we'll be naming our Fort Smith Flooring Group Players of the Week. They're located off Highway 71 near Carpet Cabin. Look for the big yellow sign, 289-7111. Southside will start this one on their own 25-yard line. They'll bring Bogner in motion as he will slant out. They're going to try to get the ball out. He actually is a blocker. They get the ball across the 25. He's at the 30 at the 35-yard line, and will be a first down. Very well-designed play for the Mavs.
Yeah. Their coverage matched up exactly with what the blocking scheme was trying to do. And, the block wasn't a huge block. Nobody got knocked down, but it was very effective to give the receiver just that moment where he could get free.
And that was Jake Tyler on the catch over there. Made a nice run after the catch. The senior receiver gets a first down for the Mavs, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Yeah, I like that. You bring Bogner in motion. He's like having a basically he's a sixth lineman out there. 1st and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a snap. Here's a rollout by Weehunt. Looks down the field. Still looks will throw the ball out of bounds. Wisely throws it out of bounds. Tried to get the ball to Josh Hannon over there about midfield, but nothing there.
No, and you're not seeing the crisp pass patterns. You're not seeing, the spots they should be at. It's more like just a organized scramble to places, and it doesn't give our quarterback much to go to.
And it's also a situation, too. You talked about that play. The receiver really never turned around to find the ball.
No.
And at some points, you've got to work your way back to the quarterback. And That was a play where he's rolling out. Let's work back to him, try to get some positive yardage right there. Again, second down, 2nd and 10, a handoff to Washington up the middle, crosses the 35-yard line. A good initial push there will get it up to the 40-yard line, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. One positive I have seen offensively from Washington, as they'll spot it back to the 44, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 6. He keeps those legs moving in a pile.
Keeps them moving, and he's sticking his head in where his linemen are doing their best work. And on that play, they reestablished the line of scrimmage about 2 yards down the field. And that's what we need to see out of the Southside line.
And that's what this team is going to have to do, isn't it, Philip? They're going to have to run. It's not sideline to sideline. It's up the middle.
Up the middle.
Be 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. They'll go 2 receivers wide side of the field, 1 receiver short side of the field. Here's a snap. It's going to be a quick pass out to Washington. Goes incomplete.
Never had a chance on that play for a completion to take place, but the play was there. It was nicely designed. The linemen kept their guys in there worried about that up the middle run.
And that is fourth down. Pardon there, I thought it was third down, so it'd be fourth down. Again, Southside will punt the football away. That was one of their better drives of the night. That was a 5-play drive that started on their own 25-yard line. So they'll kick the ball away as Adam Puckett checks back in the ball game. Stephen Dyson stands back at his own 30-yard line. Dyson's been busy. Could have made a big play for the Mavs trying to stop that one play, but we'll see what happens here. Here's a good punt by Puckett. It's going to be a fair catch call by Dyson, and I'll tell you what, he's an adventure. When you say, guys?
Yeah, again, I don't want to see the blood pressure reading on the Bentonville West coaches. He would definitely put you in the cardiac unit.
Yeah, that was an over-the-shoulder catch at his own 25-yard line. And, you know, other than the one punt, Puckett's done a pretty good job for the Mavs to not punt the ball away.
Excellent punting. He's had a few times where he hasn't even had his steps in. He's just had to get rid of the ball because of the bad snaps or what have you, but he's getting it away.
Yeah,
Except for that one shank, he really has done well.
Yeah, I go back to the one you think about the play where he gets a 50-yard punt. Just catching the ball was a heck of a job as McDonald throws a quick slant pass to Humes over the middle. Is going to be hit and dropped at the 29-yard line. Making the play for the Southside defense, leading the charge is Sam Sanders. Will bring up second down and let's call it 7. Also on the play for the Mavs is Jack Hannon.
You know, they got the completion, but Southside closed it up real quick.
West goes with a trip set to the right of McDonald, 2 receivers to the left, and here's a quarterback draw. He's going to be hit and dropped by Sean Rogers. What a great play by Sean Rogers. It was just spread out the defense and run the ball. Sean Rogers had none of it.
I think it was a design quarterback draw, and they read it right from the beginning.
Give Bentonville West credit, too. They give you different formations. We've seen linemen in there. We've seen trip sets. We've seen just about everything as they'll go again with a trip set here. 2 receivers, short side of the field as McDonald looks to the sideline. You've got 15 seconds on the play clock, 5:03 on the game clock. Southside trails 24-zip. Here's an end-around handoff again. He's going to get across the 35. He's at the 40. He's at midfield at the 40. He's going to be tripped up inside the 35-yard line. That's Luke Miller. And again, looked like they had him off the corner, but Miller turns the speed on, gets outside, gets a big gain.
Again, the story of the night's missed tackles, and what could have been a great stand by the Southside defense instead turns into a big game for Bentonville West.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 31-yard line for Bentonville West.
Wasn't badly defended, Keith, but we got to wrap up when we get there.
You know, you get in a situation, too, when you see a team that's able to pass and run like they're able to do right now, there's really not a lot you can do. I mean, it's almost a team trying to pick what you want to do. As McDonald will throw the ball, it's going to be tipped in the air and intercepted by Southside. What a great job by the Southside defense getting the stop here. As
Keith, I don't know about you, but they run the ball best out of their pass sets, if that makes any sense to you, Bentonville West. And sometimes you wonder if you're running it, 10, 15 yards of play, why are you passing?
Yeah, and that's Trent Bell's on the interception for Southside. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at their own 30-yard line. And, we're in a situation right now down 24-zip, 4:24 to go here. I don't want to say you got to be a quick strike offense, but, boy, I'll tell you what, having one of those 10, 12-play drives we haven't seen tonight would be really nice in this situation. Just let's work that clock.
6 points always helps.
And get the ball in the second half. Sweet Hunt wants to throw the ball. The pocket collapses. He will sidestep his way up for about 1 yard. Good awareness by Parker Weehunt to at least tuck the ball away, get positive yardage.
Hey, the play wasn't there, and if it's not there, you're going to have to eat it wherever you stand, so you might as well get down the field.
They'll bring up second and 9 for the Mavs with 4:01 to go here in the second quarter.
If I could go back to the interception, second one of the night, and both of them have been tip plays, and you know as well as I do, Keith, those aren't easy balls to track down.
No. You know what's interesting? Coach has Briggs playing center. They moved.
Yeah. A lot of times I think you want your more experienced lineman, especially in the Southside offense, in that center position because he's going to call all the audibles. Dalton Person, who's joining our crew, could tell us more about that after a while, is a lot of things change, but some things never change as far as philosophies. And if that center can make those audibles, especially an experienced guy like Briggs, you may remember Tank Morton that we had several years ago. He was very good at making those audibles on the fly. Now, he started as a sophomore. As a sophomore, he was a little shaky, but you had experienced guards who could help him. But by the time he's a senior, he's calling the shots.
Yeah, Tank is actually coaching the offensive line at Little Rock Central now, doing a very good job. And I'll say this about Tank. I thought Tank, and you guys could disagree with me on this, but I thought Tank should have been playing defense all along.
Yeah, but, when Coach Stewart, the offensive line coach, gets who he wants, Dalton can tell you, you're not going anywhere. It doesn't matter what the baseball coach said.
And Tank was one of those kids. I coached him at the boys club level in basketball. I never thought he had great feet, but I never thought he would get great in football. He's too nice of a kid.
Yeah, sometimes those nice ones will fool you.
Here's a snap, too. Weehunt looks to throw the ball. Well, throw the ball. It's going to be a diving catch over there, going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball at the ball to the 35-yard line, and they're struggling getting connections out there right now, Philip.
Yeah, the difference if you're to watch the team in white, Bentonville West, is they're a well-oiled machine. When the balls are out there, the receivers can just run into them, and our receivers are really having to work hard.
They're going to be another third down for the Mavs. It'll be third down, 3rd and 9, 3:37 to go here before half. Southside trails 24-zip. As Weehunt looks to the sidelines to get the signals, they'll have two receivers split out to the wide side of the field. In the slot will be Jake Tyler. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a pass over the middle by Weehunt, going to be incomplete, and you got to make that catch.
Got to make it. The wrecking crew was coming. That was a big hit by number 22 for Bentonville West, who is going to be Maddox Thornton. Actually, probably he could hear those footsteps coming at him.
Yeah, that was Jake Tyler, the intended receiver. And, I know this is easy to say, guys, but the hit's coming, so go ahead and make the play. I know it's easier said than done.
No one with a cowardly heart belongs in the middle of the field.
Again, Puckett checks in to kick the ball away for Southside. Back deep will be Stephen Dyson. Puckett stands at his own 17-yard line, while Dyson will be at his 40-yard line. Here's a punt by Puckett. It's going to be another punt. Will drive Dyson back at his 30. Catches the ball at his 30. Crosses the 35. He's at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Cuts it back inside the 25, 20. Gets down to the 19-yard line.
That was set up. They had their wall. And Southside couldn't get around it. He started on one side of the field, the near side of the press box, went all the way to the opposite side of the field. He's still scaring me, and I don't know why he should scare me because I want him to drop it, but he still scares me every time he reaches out. And somebody has taught him somewhere, do not let that ball get 1 yard past you, and he'll reach out and grab him.
Another thing on that play, too, that was I didn't get the number of the kid, but there was a chance to have a block in the back, and he waited till –
yeah, good sportsmanship.
The play was cleared, and, actually didn't have to block at all and didn't. So, but, it was pretty good coaching right there. Here's a handoff to the inside. Running back will get down to the 20-yard line. We've got a flag on the play. That was Cameron Hall on the carry. This may be a face mask on Southside. That was the back judge throwing the penalty flag there.
Yeah, usually when you see a flag in the interior, it's going to be either a hold or it's going to be a face mask. There's illegal hands to the face. It's going to be something down and dirty. It's 15 yards, though, and that is a big one to take. It must have been a 5-yard infraction.
I didn't think high school had that. I thought high school it was all 15.
I think with our referee crews each week, we learn something new about the high school.
It may change, too, for all we know. It'll be first and about 3 right now. He got the 2-yard gain. This gave him another 5 on the play. And if I'm an offensive coordinator, guys, I can make that call. 2nd and 3.
Hey, this is a big play call right here. And that's what you do when you
McDonald wants to throw, and he's going to be hit and throw. There should be a flag. Well,
there it comes.
Yeah, here it comes. Yeah. Going to be a grounding. He actually had a receiver over there, though. It looked like Hall was in the vicinity over there, but he was just trying to throw the ball away.
Yeah, even though he had a receiver in the vicinity, his target was straight at the Bentonville West sideline. That should be an intentional grounding and loss of down. You may remember a few years ago.
I know where you're going. We're talking Bentonville Southside State Championship
that was
game.
One of the craziest calls I ever witnessed as a fan of the Southside at that time Rebels, now the Mavericks. But that one there, That was a no-brainer. You and I made the call from up here.
I think Lundy was the closest to the ball on that play.
Yeah. The only coach I ever saw that called timeout to get on to the referees. Let them know they wouldn't call it the way he wanted it called.
Exactly. We've got a timeout on the play, and with that timeout, we'll take 1-2. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Second down, 19 for Bentonville West. McDonald wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, has all day to throw the ball. Here comes the heat, throws it over the middle, has a wide open receiver, touchdown.
Yeah, it's hard to tell whose man that was. We see somebody running toward him, and that may not have been his man, but he definitely got lost in the shuffle.
There was Nolan Schmidt on the touchdown, and, the frustrating thing is what? Second 19. But that being said, he had all day to throw the ball. Someone's going to get open.
He did use his feet to keep the play alive, but, as you say, nobody touched him.
As Travis checks in for the extra point. Falls down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 2:41 to go here before the half. Southside now trails 31-zip. Be back with the Bentonville West kickoff. After this is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Well, fellas, I could just say it's not going well for the Mavs right now as they trail this ball game 31-zip here in the second quarter. Surprising score, I look up, Van Buren 25, Alma zip, Catholic beating Sylvan Hills 21-zip, Pine Bluff 7-5 over Cabot. Northside trails 13-10 Greenwood in a slugfest as Travis will kick off for Bentonville West. Here's the kick. It's going to be deep, going to go into the end zone as Eli Lyles catches it in the end zone. They'll put the ball on the 20-yard line. That's where Southside will start their drive.
Yeah, you don't have a choice in high school football. Once the ball crosses the plane of the goal line, it's a dead ball. The referee's always there to stop that play.
And that's a safety factor. I like that. I think that's...
Yeah, some people like the excitement of, wow, that was a 106-yard kickoff return, but I would rather see everybody standing up at the end of that play.
Well, it's good and it's bad in a sense, I guess. In the sense it's good that you can have those returns, but it's also a thing where, it kind of rewards the team that has a good kicker. If you can kick it in the end zone, we've seen that over the years.
Yeah, and nobody made a yard on the play. They're just giving the ball at 25.
Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. He's going to hang on to the ball. Looked like it was going to be a handoff to Washington, and Wee Hunt is smothered back inside the 15 back to the 14-yard line.
Sadly, I think it was some sort of bootleg misdirection, and things went awry when you don't block number 62.
So basically, I think they call that a jailbreak.
Yeah. There wasn't a quick capture either, was it?
No, there was not. Well, actually, there was.
Okay.
I guess it kind of depends on what side of the law you're on.
Yeah,
on that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Be second down, 2nd and 16 for the Mavs. We Hunt calls out signals, and that's been the theme of the first half, has been 2nd and 3rd and long for the Mavs. Here's a snap to We Hunt, throws the ball inside pass, going to be complete, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. May get 1 yard to the 15-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down, and if you're Bentonville West, do you take a timeout here? Let's see. Haven't called one yet. Don't know if they really need to.
They did,
and they're going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.
Agreed.
In Shady Point, Oklahoma, on Highway 59, just across the border of the Arkansas line. There's a little cabin on the side of the road that serves the best jerky in the world I know. Al's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go. Al's Beef Jerky. Al's Beef Jerky. Al's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go.
Al's Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Well, it's not a good opening night for the Mavs so far as they trail 31-zip here in the second quarter. They'll have 3rd down, 3rd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Here's a quick pass out, going to be dropped on the play, and that play had a chance to really get some yardage as tried to get the ball out to Washington. And that's been another thing we talked about, the misconnections on the passing game. We've had several drops tonight.
Yeah, but love to see that screen game come back. That's Coach Williams, Coach Stewart's bread and butter play, because it extends the running game. You're still having a running game. And there was nothing but green in front of him, Keith. That would have been 6 points and made very quickly.
As Puckett checks back into the ball game, will stand back his own 2-yard line. Back deep again will be Steven Dyson. Dyson with a very nice punt return last time. Got the ball inside the south side 1-yard line. Excuse me, inside the 20-yard line. Here's a high snap to Puckett. He gets the punt off. It's a decent punt that's going to hit the 45-yard line. We'll go spot it back up at the south side 48.
Yeah, that was a play there, too, that could have been roughing the kicker. He did touch his leg while it was up in the air. And maybe one where you scream to the punter, how about a little Oscar job there, a little acting job. Go down hard.
Well, me and my son, we call that, I don't know if you guys are soccer fans, but if you heard of Neymar that plays for Brazil, if you get close to him, he flops like a carp. If you flop like a carp, you're there.
Oh, I got you. Well, I don't want him to carp, but I certainly want him to go down.
Dalton McDonald again is your quarterback. They'll go trip set wide side of the field, 2 receivers short side of the field. McDonald takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, will throw the ball down the field, has an open receiver. That is Hickson on the play. The ball goes incomplete, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Dakota Wareheim on the coverage for Southside will bring up 2nd and 10. Again, we've got 1:33 to go here before the half. Southside trails 31-zip. Philip, I think it's important to keep them from scoring a touchdown here. You really don't want to go on the mercy rule in the first half.
No, and you don't want that for your first game. I mean, we want this to come down to the wire. We want this to come down to we're scoring points, and we're getting the confidence built up even for game 2.
Here's a snap to McDonald. They're going to try to set a screen up. It's set up perfectly to Hickson. He's at the 40, 35, 30, falls forward down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, the D-line actually fell for the bait there when they let him go, and then they saw what was happening, but it was a little too late to catch up.
Be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line for Bentonville West as they'll go under center this time, and we've got a whistle on the play. Now they'll
just waiting for the change to catch up.
They're going to spike the ball. I'm not sure that's necessary. 1:20 on the clock. Still got 1 timeout.
They may be wanting to score more than what we think they want to score. I don't know where they're headed with this.
We'll know if they try an onside kick if they score here, guys.
You know, this is one of those games that you're like, oh, man, I'm leaving at halftime. But, I don't think this team can be just written off because of one game. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of stuff to learn between now and the next game.
Coach likes this group. He says this group, he doesn't know how the game's going to go, but he says this group really works hard. They like to get out. They like to play football. And if you get that, you'll see improvement as the season goes on. Here's a double reverse play set up, and Southside's got it read out. They're going to hit him and drop him for a big loss back at the 34-yard line. That's Wareheim again making the play on A.J. Moss.
That's the old, like your coaches used to tell you, Keith, stay at home. Your job is not to chase. Your job is to stay at home.
Okay, and we're going to have a timeout on the play, and with that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Gall gets the snap, gets the pass away. It's complete at the 22-yard line. He's going to get inside the 15-yard line down to the 14-yard line. And that's been another theme of the game tonight, Phillip, has been the fact that they've had some long plays and they're getting big chunk yardage. But that being said, it was a good job by McDonald. He gets away from the rush this time, cuts it back inside. He is waylaid on the play at about the 11-yard line.
Don't think he got it either.
No, I don't think he did either.
Change over on downs. Back to that other play, he was awful close to the line of scrimmage whenever he did throw it.
Yeah, it's going to be a turnover on downs. Good job by the Southside defense. You want a positive, there's your one right there.
I believe I hear a roar from the crowd. Hey, these kids are playing hard, Keith. That's not the issue here. The issues can be worked out as long as you got the effort there.
And that's what we're getting. You're seeing the effort. You're just seeing one or two plays that, but to give Bentonville West credit, sometimes we don't always give credit to the team they're playing, but these kids are good. They're predicted in the top 3 in the 7A West. It's always tough.
I think that's rightfully so. I think they are a very good team.
And you see what you're getting into here, and the Southside playing hard, just going to have to make some plays. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington off the right side. Cuts it back inside. We'll get up to the 15-yard line to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, you'd really like to see those holes open up. We talked about the heat earlier and fatigue, and if we're going to put anything on Bentonville West, we need to keep that ball on the inside.
It looks like Southside may possibly get one more playoff before the end of the half. One bright spot, if you want to have one, no turnovers tonight.
No turnovers. Except for 2 by Bentonville West.
Exactly.
So we're going to go to halftime, it looks like.
Yeah, that's going to be the half. At the half, Southside trails 31-zip. Be back with halftime highlights and a scoring summary after this. Just a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, we just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
What if I just moved back into my old room?
Oh, you mean Dad's new man cave?
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Galetta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Galetta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GalettaCountertops.com to browse the design gallery and call 648-0884 to schedule your appointment.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
This is the Southside Mavericks Halftime Report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Hey, welcome to the Halftime Report. Let's talk about Frank Rowe Furniture again. Hey, no credit check financing, made in the USA, recliners, sofas, beds, tables, and chairs. Gentlemen, not a good first half. Southside down 31-zip. If you want a positive from the first half, the defense stepped up, got some holds, 2 interceptions, a turnover on downs there at the end to stay in it just a bit. But Bentonville West came in here ready to play some football.
They came ready, and I think maybe the difference is, Keith, they already got that one game under their belt. They lost last week to Wausau, Oklahoma, and so they had a lot of film work. I'm sure that they did, a lot of team meetings, a lot of preparation, and a lot of working out. Some coaches claim the most improvement of the season is between the first game and the second game.
And I think that showed tonight is the first series for Bentonville West. They go 4 plays, 74 yards, culminating with a 32-yard touchdown pass from Dalton McDonald to Jonas Hickson, 7-zip at that point. Southside gets the ball back. They get a penalty on the kickoff, moves them back inside their 10-yard line. They go 3 and out. On the third play, they snap the ball over the quarterback Parker Weehunt's head. They knock the ball in the end zone for a safety. We're down 9-zip, less than 2 minutes into the ball game.
A safety is only 2 points, but that change of possession with those 2-point switch is really a backbreaker when you think about it. And it's meant to penalize the team that actually gets tackled or loses the ball in their own end zone.
Well, Southside comes up, gets a big stop on defense, and is forced to punt the ball again to Bentonville West. This time they take over their own 19-yard line. It's a 6-play, 81-yard drive, and there was a big pass, 2 or 3 big pass plays on the series. It culminated again with a 35-yard touchdown pass from Dalton McDonald to Jonas Hickson. Now the score, they go for 2 points, get the 2-point conversion. Now we're down 17-zip first quarter.
Yeah, and Bentonville West attack is very balanced. They're not just coming with you with one player. They're not coming with you with one scheme. They're coming with you with everything they got on all cylinders.
The teams trade possessions back and forth till late in the second quarter. Bentonville West takes over on the south side 39-yard line after a shake punt. 3 plays later, they get a 1-yard touchdown run from Nick Whitlatch. Now they lead 24-zip.
Yeah, and that's really tough to overcome. If you think about it right now, we're looking at that score. Since that moment you're talking about, they only let Bentonville West score 1 time.
Bentonville West gets the ball close to the half thanks to we'd been kind of watching him all night. I know he was scaring you out there, but Steven Dyson, the punt returner, makes a great punt return inside the south side 20-yard, actually to the 22-yard line. Again, they drive down, get another touchdown. They now lead 31-zip.
just so everybody understands at home and listening on the radio, almost every catch he has made, he is headed the wrong way in that catch. So I would assume the coaches or someone, the special teams coach, has said, never let that ball get past you. We're not giving up a yard on this.
Yeah, it almost kind of reminds you, remember the old Joe Adams punt return against Tennessee? We're all sitting in the stands saying, no, and it's go. Yes.
Yeah, by the end of that play, I think everyone had to take a deep breath because breathing stopped in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Again, we're at the half. Southside Trails 31-zip. We're going to bring in a former Southside player, Dalton Person, to kind of give us his thoughts on the first half. After this, just the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Joe's Grill and Cantina is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Welcome back. This is Philip PBS. I'm joined now by Dalton Person, who is going to be a part of the broadcast crew here for 106.3. The crowd was just entertained with the musical stylings of the award-winning Southside Band, and about to be entertained now by the award-winning Southern Bells and their drill routine. Dalton, we're sitting here, and I know you've been kind of silent tonight as we don't have a microphone for you. You've kind of taken on this as an apprenticeship, but I know you're going to do fine. So you're a 2009 graduate of Southside High School, and you played football here.
I did. I played 3 years under Coach Williams, Coach Stewart, some individuals we're talking about tonight. A lot of this staff was here at that time, and went on to play 4 years at the University of Chicago, and now back in Fort Smith, and have followed the Mavericks the entire time.
And you were a tackle back in the day, And I know you're always good for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or two, but that was back when maybe there was a little meaner spirit in the Southside line, because you actually went in your sophomore year to the state championship. Is that correct?
That's right. We won it my sophomore year, 2006. It was this staff's second year here. I think it surprised a lot of people by making it all the way to the state championship. Won it in 06. We went back my senior year in 08 and came just up a little short against Bentonville at the time before they had split into two high schools.
So I guess watching what you've watched tonight and your impressions of the game, one of the questions people are going to ask, Southside has a tradition of being in the state championship. And so what will it take? Just your thoughts, Dalton. Can't be right or wrong. But what do you think it's going to take to get back there?
Well, that's a loaded question, Philip. It's obviously going to take a lot, and it starts with the X's and O's, but also the Billies and the Joes, right? Southside has a long history in knowing that they can make it, because for an 8-year stretch, they won at least 8 games each year. Reached the state championship or the semifinals for 5 or 6 years in a row as well, before they went through the patch of winning 3 games 2 years, 6 games a year ago that they're hoping to build off of. Of course, the move back to the 7A West here in a year could play a part in that, but execution, talent, as well as improving the numbers. You know, we've got a lot of players that are going to play both ways this year, and adjusting to that, as well as building depth on both sides of the football, can go a long way.
95-degree night doesn't help when you're having to play both ways.
That's right. That's right. Particularly for your first game.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big takeaways from the first half here, for me at least, is you're playing a Bentonville West team that already has a game under their belt. And when you're talking 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young men, so much can change over the course of one game, particularly that very first game.
Right.
We're seeing a team that, you know, has kind of a bad taste in their mouth after giving up 4 unanswered scores a week ago against a very good Owasso team coming in here. And you saw it right off the bat. They score touchdown 4 plays against our established strength of our team defense. And I think a lot of that had to do with first game jitters, just not having it under their belt. You see it switch to the offensive side, and first series for the offense, you've got a safety. That's a complete momentum shift to go in with less than 2 minutes in the game, and you're down 9-0. And from that point forward, Bentonville West has obviously carried a lot of the momentum.
Yeah, certainly something. And Dalton, I know that you graduated here. You went to the University of Chicago. You went to law school, and you're now a practicing lawyer. So let me just say, you played with my son, so I'm proud of you guys, not only your on-field accomplishments, but even more importantly, you became great adults and you're contributing to society. And that's what these coaches I know are going to bring out in these young men.
Absolutely. Southside has a long-standing reputation of producing not just quality football players, but quality men as well. That goes back before Coach Williams and his crew's 15 years here, and before Coach Lunny extending back to the 60s. So we've always had that tradition of excellence both on and off the field, and I think that's part of what keeps me coming back and staying involved still today.
You may no longer be called the Rebels, you're now the Mavericks, but it's still the same school, same traditions, and it's something that I know these coaches really want to upheld and instill in these young men that to play for Southside is an honor, and they're going to get there. I know they will. It's just going to be a process of time. So, down and dirty, Dalton, and then we're going to go to commercial after this down and dirty. But here's your down and dirty question.
All right.
What did you see out of the offensive line?
Well, early on, not much. You know, Coach Stewart likes to spread these guys out about 2 feet between offensive line. The goal there, when they made the switch to the pistol offensive scheme, is to create gaps, make clear gaps spread across the entire field. And unfortunately, between the tackles, there weren't a whole lot of gaps. And that's why you ended up with Washington trying to cut it outside a little too early. And Southside has struggled to build the offensive rushing game because of that. Now, I do want to say, though, there have been several plays where you absolutely know the effort's there. They're pushing the pile forward in the open field. But I think that's something they're going to grow more accustomed to as they get used to the game speed and recognizing the defenses and the blitzes. And most importantly, I can't overstate the speed of the game and getting used to that after having a game or two under your belt.
It's a big deal. And maybe we'll never be back to those days of maybe that Alabama power football that you guys played, which is fun to watch if you love to watch linemen. But not everybody does. They like to see the skill guys, and it'd be nice to see the skill players step up as well. One of the questions we had pregame is, what about these skill players? They probably have the least snaps under their belt of any other unit on the team.
And you can absolutely tell that, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go back to commercial, and when we come back, we'll be about ready for kickoff. This is Southside Rebel Football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local, fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
The office of Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge III at U. Dodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. U. Dodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Welcome back. Philip PBS again, the Southside Press Box. I'm joined again by Dalton Person, part of the Spirit 106 crew here. And Dalton, what are some of your keys that you're looking for to see? You got your first half. You know the coaches have met with their players. What are some of your thoughts of probably what the coaches are telling the players?
Well, first off, they're going to tell them the game's not over yet. Stranger things have happened. You're down 31-0, but let's be honest, this team did give up 22 unanswered points a week ago when they were up and ended up losing a game. So that's the first thing they're going to tell them is you're still in this, believe it or not. More realistically, though, you've got to look for positive results. This is a building experience. You've got a very young offensive group on the field in particular. You've got several young defensive players as well. You've got your strength in the linebacking core, safety, nose tackle, but there are still a lot of players that need to get used to this game speed, and you're going up against a pretty strong Bentonville West group, honestly. So I want to see the offense make some progress. You may not be running the football much, but I would love to see Southside be able to establish a running game because so much of their offense is built on being able to run the football. And on the defense, I want to see more snaps and the ability of these players who do play both ways show that they have that game stamina and will be able to fulfill that, not just today, but it's a long season ahead that they've got to prepare for.
Certainly not every game they're going to play is going to be 95 degrees, but if we can get that running game going, Nolan Richardson said fatigue will make cowards of us all. So it would be nice to see some cowardly spirit displayed by the other side.
Right. And, Philip, one thing that Coach Pratt for Bentonville West said after last week when they gave up all those unanswered points to Owasso is they've got a lot of guys who play both ways too, and he thought that they were not ready in the second half. They weren't ready for there in the fourth quarter to uphold that stamina.
Right.
So I think you'll see improvement on their side. We've got to build on that first half as well, get those jitters out of the way.
All right. Well, this is, again, we're going to be here back with Keith in just a moment for the second half. We're going to send you a commercial now. You're listening to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Stand by for the second half of today's game. The Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3 was presented by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick Football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory-authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Southside will get the ball to start the second half. And, hey, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Chafee Construction, one call does it all, 434-5203. Wheeler Power Sports, Wheeler makes it easy, 226-8724. And Cheshire's Fine Jewelry. If you can dream it, they can make it. I'm sure my wife could dream it. So,
I'm sure she can.
646-6715. And remember, we'll be naming our players of the game, the Fort Smith Flooring Group players of the game, which right now I'd say one leading one would definitely have to be Dakota Wareham. Had a good first half for the Mavs. Northside leading Greenwood 20-10. That's an upset.
So far upset in the making, it looks like.
They'll be wanting to run the quarterback out of Greenwood. That's what they wanted to last year, and he turned around. That was Peyton Holt, and he wins the state championship. So who knows? Here's Washington on the return at the 20-yard line. Will be hit and dropped at the 23-yard line. And that was a play right there. That was a good defensive play made over there by Colby Gardner. Excuse me, that was Ariel Braddock making the play, but there was a missed block on that too.
Yeah. Washington pretty much just ran right into his arm.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs. They'll start this drive on the 23rd-yard line. I know you guys talked about it, but what you want to see here is Southside needs to establish something. We're playing for positives right now, down 31 zip.
Well, and I'm sure the coaches, as Dalton said, have got the kids back in the game. And let's see where we go with it.
Lee Hunt takes a snap, and here's a fumble on the play, and it's going to be recovered by Bentonville West at the 19-yard line as a misconnection there between Washington and Lee Hunt.
Yeah, a little bit, but some disruption came as well from the Bentonville West side, from the weak side of the ball. They were crashing down pretty quick, and that can make you hurry just that millisecond.
I think they might have been frustrated after that hold there in the first half.
It would appear so.
Because we talked about it, that they came with a full all-out blitz on that play, all backers coming in, and they were right there to make the play. Be 1st and 10 for Bentonville West. They'll start their opening drive of the second half, leading 31 zip on the south side 20-yard line. McDonald's still your quarterback. Whitlatch your running back. Here's a snap, a handoff to Whitlatch, and he is going to be hit and dropped at the 17-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play brings up second down, 2nd and 7. Landon Chafee leads the charge for the Southside defense.
Back to that one offensive play that we had. It wasn't what you want to see. It's not the end of the world, but it is something we're going to have to work on because it hasn't looked smooth in the backfield all night.
Not even in the backfield, but also on the swing passes, just about everything. There's no connection there with or continuity with the receivers whatsoever.
Discombobulated would be the word.
They go with the trip set this time. Here's a slant pass over the middle. It could be complete at the 10. He fights his way to about the 5-yard line. That's Dyson on the catch. Will be 1st and goal for Bentonville West at the 5-yard line. And you talk about taking the wind out of your sails. When you fumble that first play of the second half, you're trying to come out, build some positives, and then you fumble the ball. It's just hard to bounce back.
You already got your defense on their heels, and they're doing the best they can. That one there, just the linebacker missed assignment.
McDonald calls out signals, now has a man in motion. We've got a flag on the play. It's on the back. Judge going to be a procedure penalty on Bentonville West. Will make it 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And the frustrating thing, guys, what I hate to see, and I may be the exception on this, but I hate the mercy rule.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the game.
You can't really, if you're trying to build positives, now sometimes you just want to get out, but sometimes you want to build some positives, and you really can't when you have that. Here's a handoff up the middle. He's going to get down to the goal line. Let's see. Going to spot him just short of the touchdown. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line. I believe that was
excellent job of blocking by Bentonville West, and we were not there to fill that gap, and there was a pretty good-sized hole.
Yeah, McDonald's doing a good job, too, of his cadence. It looks like he's changing it up. He's not working off the same thing. That was just a quick hitter right there to get down to the 1-yard line. Here's a snap, a handoff to Whitlatch. He's going to fight to the end zone, gets in. Looks like he got in the end. No, they're going to spot him short again.
Well, and tell you what, that was a big hit there. I'm not sure who put it on him, but somebody laid the wood to him.
They'll bring up 3rd and goal. This would be a positive right here, guys. We can get a stop.
Absolutely. Even if it's 3 points is what they take away from this. This is a big deal. One of those nights, Keith, where you're looking for any positive to build on for next week.
This is when I put my Rick Schaefer hat on, guys.
Yeah. Pollyanna is in effect tonight.
That's right. It looks like Southside jumped off sides, which doesn't really matter down inside the 1-yard line, so.
That could have been a false start.
The only one that matters on is who hit that right guard. Somebody knocked him back into the pile. He probably, as Dalton Person would know, you probably don't like that too much when it's, somebody pops you in your stationary.
There may be a payback.
As they look to the sidelines,
the umpire actually barely moved the ball. It was so close already.
Yeah.
It's half the distance, so whatever that was.
Two blades.
He didn't mark it off.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and goal. They'll bring a man in motion. Here's a handoff again to Whitlatch. Loses the football on the ground and still on the ground. Southside has it, and they're going to blow it dead.
I have no idea how they could.
There's no way they could blow that thing dead.
The ball was on the ground. A helmet was lost, but that was
Whitlatch lost his helmet.
Bentonville West on Bentonville West caused the loss of the helmet, the quarterback and the running back.
Oh, okay. Safety precaution. So if you fumble the ball, knock your helmet off.
It still was a live ball that we were about to recover.
Yeah, but I like that, though. I don't like that. You don't want to see anybody get hurt out there, so that's really a good call. And I think that must be a new rule they've started this year.
We're learning as we go.
Yes, we are. And they'll go for it here. They'll check Carlos Hall in the backfield as McDonald calls out signals. They'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. And they'll bring a man in motion, and we're going to have a timeout. With the timeout, we'll take 1-2. Just a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Again, it'll be 4th down, 4th and goal for Bentonville West at the Southside 4-yard line. Again, we'll name our Fort Smith Flooring Group players of the game, offensive and defensive players after the game, so stay tuned for that on the Westark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services postgame show. McDonald takes a snap. He wants to throw. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to walk in the end zone for the touchdown.
Disheartening. Disheartening is all you can say about that whole series. Started with our mistake, our fumble in the beginning.
And now it's 37-zip with 8:45 to go here in the third quarter. And it's disheartening, but give credit a little bit to this defense. He had second goal from the half-yard line. The defense fought and fought. They just couldn't keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, very hard to do on that shorter field.
We've got a new kicker in the game. That is Juan Aguilar to attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is no good. Southside trails 37-zip. Be back with the Bentonville West kickoff after this. Just the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call Westark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the Westark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 4-play, 20-yard drive for Bentonville West after the Southside fumble. Southside returns the kickoff up to the 28-yard line. That's where the Mavs will start their drive. And, guys, I don't have the stats, and I didn't see any stats, but correct me if I'm wrong, Southside maybe 3 first downs tonight, if that.
I think we may be being a little generous, but we're going to call it 3 first downs.
Well, one was on a penalty, so.
Yeah, it's been tough going for the offense. That was one of the questions we had at the beginning of the game is, which group's going to lead, and I think that's still up in the air at this point.
Well, the defense we were expecting a little more out of tonight, and it just really hasn't happened. Here's a snap. Hunt wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete to Bogner. Bogner's going to get a first down as he crosses the 38, right at the 38-yard line, a gain of 10, the 1st and 10 Mavs.
That's one of the matchups I think we're going to do better at because we had Bogner on a linebacker, and that linebacker was chasing the whole time, and that's why the play was successful. But good throw.
And one you want to look at, too, is Dimitri Lloyd. He's a young sophomore tight end, 6 foot 215. Need to get him involved in the action, too, here at some point, because when Southside has had good teams, they've had good tight ends.
Yeah, you got to have that game. It adds so much to your offensive scheme.
Wee Hunt takes a snap, hands the ball off to Washington. He's at the 45. He's at midfield, the 45, and falls forward to the 42-yard line. One step, guys, one step.
One step between him and 6 points. Nothing wrong with that run. It is a positive. We've been begging for positives, and Washington showed us. You know the difference, Keith? There was a hole there from the line.
The thing I have to question, though, there's still a lot of starters in there for Bentonville West.
Mm-hmm. I think they're wanting to get to that mercy rule point, and then they can cruise on home.
They're actually there now, because 35 is the mercy rule. Now we've got a snap here. We've got a whistle on the play. They got some players, though, guys. They've got some size. They got some speed.
It's a very good team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're not representing the West in Little Rock.
Well, what I can't figure out, though, is as good as these guys look, I think Bentonville's supposed to be even better than these guys. How did a town that size get that much talent?
They're going to have to be awful good to be better than this team.
And you got Fayetteville to deal with, so there's a lot of...
We got our own problems in the Central, don't we?
Exactly. Here's a handoff to Washington, cuts it back up inside, it crosses the 45, will get close to the original line of scrimmage, just short. Let's call it second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs.
Again, staying with his blocks, believing in his line, going to the hole, and, hey, it's a 4-yard game.
And that's what they're going to have to do. We talked about that. You can't go sideline to sideline. You can't east to west. You got to go north and south. Just hit your holes, take what you can get, and go from there.
Coach Relaford used to tell me, Billy Joe Relaford, he said there ain't nothing out there but sideline. The game is played up and down the field.
Exactly. He could do it.
He could do it.
We had calls out signals. No man in motion. That's Bogner. Here's a snap. And looks like Southside's going to get penalized.
Yeah, it was whistled dead. It was going to be a false start.
Got to get some points, though. We looked at the scrimmage. You know, Southside had some nice plays in the scrimmage against Alma, but they never could finish a drive. I think it's important tonight that they finish a drive here before this game's over.
Positive takeaways from the game tonight is the secondary is played very well, and they've got 2 interceptions.
But it also goes back to your point is when one of your leading tacklers is your safety, that's not a good thing.
I never want to see that, even if it is Ronnie Lott or Jack Tatum or somebody.
Darren Woodson.
Steve Atwater would be in that group.
You know Steve Atwater's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's a shame.
Here's a snap. Wee Hunt rolls to his left. He's going to keep the football. He makes a man miss. A nice run by Wee Hunt as he crosses the 35-yard line.
Shifty run. And good for him. That's a positive for a quarterback because now you're taking a little pressure off of him. They're going to have to respect his ability to get out.
Exactly. It'll be just short of the first down as he goes out of bounds wisely before he takes the hit. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd, and looks like 2 for the Mavs. Again, Southside trails 37-zip with 4:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Touchdown, take the mercy rule away.
No, it stays on no matter.
Okay.
Wee Hunt calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. Not much there. He fights his way down inside the 35-yard line. Going to be just maybe half a yard short of a first down. Brings up 4th and 1 for the Mavs.
I don't think Coach Williams is going to punt, especially in that place in the field. We're going for it. I actually thought he had the first down. I think it was a bad spot.
But I like what they're doing. They're going inside the tackles.
That's where the game should be played.
And I think it's a learning process, too, for the coaches. They say, hey, this works, this doesn't.
Bentonville West actually had too many men on the field, but we weren't ready to get the snap.
Yeah, Wee Hunt was actually looking to the sidelines to get the play. They go strong right this time. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington's going to have the first down as he will fall forward to about the 32-yard line, be 1st and 10 for the Mavs.
Tell you what, if we can learn to stay between the tackles, it's 4 yards a gain. Do that 3 times, you got a first down every time.
Best drive of the night for Southside. This will be the 7th play of the drive. Started their own 28-yard line. Again, they go strong left this time. 2 receivers in the ball game. As Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball, looks over the middle, has an open receiver. Josh Hannon, touchdown Southside.
He let go with that ball just a little quick to suit me, but the referee gave him the signal. What a great pass play. What a great play. How are you?
And that's what you need. There's positive guys right there.
Absolutely, and that is not against the second unit for Bentonville West. That's the first unit, same unit we've been seeing all night.
But what sets it up is the ability to run the football.
It made them stay honest. They couldn't just key off on who we had deep.
Checking in for Southside to attempt the extra point will be Isaac Banda, a sophomore kicker. Kel Sheets on the hold. Here's a snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's blocked off the line of scrimmage. Looked like it wasn't going to make it anyway. It was a low-line drive that's blocked. And 2:51 to go here. Southside now trails 37-6. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Your voice lets him know he's safe. Shelter Insurance does the same for you. Roadside assistance is now included with your auto policy. So if your car leaves you stranded, just call and we'll take care of you while you take care of what's most important. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Wear your shield, wear your shelter. Some restrictions apply.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was an 8-play, 72-yard drive for the touchdown for the Southside Mavericks. A 32-yard touchdown pass from Parker Weehunt to Josh Hannon.
I'm looking down at our O-line group just below us where Coach Stewart's got his position group players, and he doesn't have the same intense look on his face. I think there's a bit of a smile because that was an excellent drive, and it was put together not with big plays but just those plays that make Southside football work.
That's what you want to see. You're exactly right. It was a nice drive for the Mavs, and you're right. They still had a lot of the first-teamers in the ballgame, but it was a nice hookup. Again, we talked about it. It's set up by developing the run, opens up the pass. Because we were a lot of second and third and longs. Here's a run back. That's Moss on the return. He gets across the 30-yard line. He's at the 35, cuts it back inside across the 40 up to about the 43-yard line where he's run out of bounds, and that's where Bentonville West will start their drive. Living good here in the second half for Bentonville West as they'll start this drive on their 44-yard line. Previous drive was on the Southside 20.
I think one of the things we already see we need to work on between this game and next week is our special team play. And it's not that they're playing bad. They're getting down there, but we got to finish these plays and get off the field very quickly.
And to answer your question, the clock has started.
We're not sure again, are we, Keith?
Well, I think it's continuous the rest of the way as Aaron Arnold checks in at quarterback for Bentonville West. Pretty good-looking kid, big kid. Here's a snap. He's going to hand the ball at the middle. That's to Moss. Moss is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play for Southside. I believe that was Johnson on the play for Southside. No, trying to get the number. Jack Hannon. I'm sorry, Jack Hannon making the play for the Southside defense.
3-yard loss. Bentonville West hadn't had a whole lot of negative plays this game.
Well, one thing, guys, we're not going to get to find out is if we can wear Bentonville West down because they got the starters in and out now.
Yeah, that's kind of off the table.
Arnold wants to throw the football. Here comes the heat. He avoids the heat, is going to roll to his right, is being pursued, and will be knocked out of bounds. And going to be guys, I got to ask a question on this. They're going to call a penalty. He's running down the line.
Yeah.
This is my pet peeve. You cannot let a quarterback just keep running down the line without popping. If he's running, pop him.
I think, though, where they're coming from, where the referees are going to come from, is he was already clearly in the white, not on the green. And once you're in the white, the touching's supposed to stop. That wasn't even a big hit on him.
Well, but the thing you have to look at, too, that being said, you also don't know if you're chasing him down, whether he's in the white or the green a lot of times.
No. I mean, field awareness is easy for you and I sitting up here, but much harder when you're in the heat of the game. But that's a big chunk, 15 yards.
Yeah, because you had him third and long. So
they've been rescued several times tonight.
The first and 10th, the south side of 40-yard line. Again, Arnold takes a snap. Here's the handoff to his running back, Moss. Runs it out to the left. They've got it strung out well. They hit him, and that's making the play for Southside is Davon Solomon, a sophomore cornerback. And what we're seeing, and we talked about this in the pregame, not very many seniors playing on this Southside team. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors.
I'm really worried about the Bentonville West running back. He ran with a lot of timidity there, and that's a good way to get hurt. He wasn't playing the game. He was letting the game play him.
Yeah, and they're pulling him out of the game. They're bringing in Dakota Gaines. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Southside trails 37-6. Be back at the start of the fourth quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Galetta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Galetta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GalettaCountertops.com to browse the design gallery and call 648-0884 to schedule your appointment.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, a screen pass over the middle from Aaron Arnold to Landon Grigg. Gains about 5 on the play. Brings up third down, 3rd and 4 for Bentonville West.
There's a big difference, so you can tell, between the first group and the second group. And it's not that they're bad. It's just the speed of the game and the smoothness of the execution.
Arnold wants to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. It's thrown over the middle, incomplete. Intended over there for Landon Grigg. The ball's thrown behind him. Brings up 4th down, 4th, and 5 to go for Bentonville West. Looks like they'll go for it here.
Yeah, and that was not a bad coverage by the Southside secondary. But, again, one of the differences is we're looking at their number 2s and not their number 1s.
Well, we've had some good plays on defense. The safeties have made some nice plays. It seems like the big plays seem to be the ones that, especially as the game went on, is when McDonald did a good job with his feet. Arnold wants to throw the ball, throws over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Good defense again by Southside. I think there's a chance for Griggs to make the play, but I think he saw the Southside defender that was Wareheim coming over there, so Southside will take over on downs, 1st and 10. But I think a lot of it had to do with McDonald extending the plays.
Extending the plays, using his feet and keeping it alive where he could live to play again.
I think it was in the first half we had 3rd and 14 on the 36-yard line, and the kid's wide open in the end zone, and you want to say, well, how did he get so wide open? Well, he moved around for 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah,
it lasted a while.
Exactly. Here's a handoff off the right side to Washington, crosses the 40 up across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. In the first half they were left side heavy and back to that right side, but still staying within the blocking scheme.
And Southside, again, running between the tackles has been pretty much their bread and butter, what little success they've had tonight.
Yeah, and I think it will be. There's nothing wrong with that line, and just trust those guys up front. They're going to keep working. They're going to get those holes there for you.
Wee Hunt wants to pass the ball this time. He looks to throw, and it's going to be swallowed up at about the Southside 39-yard line. Going to lose on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 16 for the Mavs.
The outside pressure led to the inward collapse there. It was almost textbook rush for Bentonville West.
That's what you call breaking down the pocket right there. Hey, we want to thank our sponsor of the game, Frank Rowe Furniture. No credit check financing. Made in the USA, appliances, washers, dryers, stoves, refrigerators. Check them out at www.frankrowefurniture.com.
Chaffee Construction, one call does it all, 434-5203.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 16 for the Mavs. Wee Hunt calls out signals, takes a snap. He's going to hand the ball off the left side to Washington. They've got him hemmed in and drop him in the backfield, and that's what we talked about, Philip. Take it back to those tackles.
Yeah, I think there was supposed to be a little bit more misdirection to that play, and the hope was the defense was going to pursue on the other side. But, you can kind of get a pattern when you always pop it outward that sometimes you can watch the defense just migrate that way, and they're in a perfect position to make a play.
Well, I'll say this. I've done this a long time, and this is one of the few times I've done it where we are really having to replace basically all of our skilled players. It's a process. And here's a snap and almost a great catch as Connor Austin goes to the ground. Ball goes incomplete.
He actually fell and still almost made the catch. He was on the ground as the ball was coming to him.
And Puckett will check in to punt the ball away for the Mavericks. Again, we've got 7:51 to go in the ball game. Southside trails 37-6. I'm trying to get the number. I think that may be Griggs back deep. It's Grigg back deep for Bentonville West. Won't be any adventures with Dyson this time.
Unless that's the way they're coached. We're fixing to find out, aren't we? Well, we have a penalty. You know, those are the kind of penalties you hate to see. I know it's first game, but, you know, your group should be your group no matter first game or last game.
I think my pet peeve penalty is jumping off sides. Especially if you're on the line, you give them 5 yards and you didn't even run a play. Here's a punt by Puckett, another good punt, a fair catch called by Grigg. He makes it at his own 37-yard line. That's where Bentonville West will start this drive at their 37-yard line. Again, we've got 7:07 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 37-6. And it's all about positives right now if you're the Mavs, trying to get some things worked out. Checking in the ballgame for Southside at safety is Levi Russell. He's a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. Working at one corner, Davon Solomon, another 5'9", 145-pound sophomore. Arnold takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and the running back's going to be knocked down in the backfield. That is Dakota Gaines on the carry. As Southside gets nice penetration over there, brings up second down, 2nd and 10.
Well, nobody told the D-line they're behind by so many points. They're still playing very hard.
You know, the one name we really haven't called tonight has been Jeremiah Van Hook. He's getting taken up, I think, by a couple of blockers on that side. They pretty much neutralized him, and he's going to be one as the season goes on that's going to be one of their big guys. Again, second down. Here's a handoff up the middle, and again, the running back is going to be hit and knocked down. That is Dakota Gaines on the carry. Brings up third down, 3rd and 9. 5:57 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 37-6.
Big gap between Bentonville West starting offensive linemen and their reserve unit. Big gap.
Well, we knew coming in that they were going to be tough. They had a lot of starters coming back, and it shows. I mean, these guys do a great job of opening up holes, and they pretty much had a diversified offense and were successful running everything. And there's a play over there that might have been intercepted, except for the referee I think he got a referee hat instead of the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the umpire is always going to be in that middle of the field. Bobby Petrino back in his offense, he used that umpire as a pick. Because, I mean, he's part of the field.
And it's 4th down, and it looks like Bentonville West will go for it here, or if nothing else, at least run the clock down. They've got 23 seconds on the play clock. 5:08 to go in the game. And, yeah, looks like they're going to maybe run the clock down, take a timeout. Let's see what they do. Not sure there's really much strategy when you're ahead by 31.
No, and it may be just to run it down, then they're going to run their punting unit out.
Yeah, they're going to run the clock down and probably take a timeout. Let's see.
Yep, timeouts we call.
Yeah, they're going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Franco Furniture knows you are tired of all the back-to-school sales. So this September, we are going to do something different.
Come on in to Franco Furniture and spin the wheel to win a swivel rocker or get anywhere from 5 to 50% off at Franco Furniture. We also are now offering 0 down and up to 60 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Spin the wheel at Franco Furniture. You always win at Franco Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As expected, Bentonville West is going to punt the ball away to Southside. Here's the punt. It's a high punt. And calling a fair catch for Southside. Looked like he wanted to take off running with the ball after he did. I think that's Eli Lyles. Eli Lyles, that's a young man that he was one of our players of the game. This guy, you look at him, and he's 145 pounds, 150 wet.
He's a ball
He's one of the
player.
toughest kids you will see on the field.
Well, if you look down there right now, the difference in him and some of the other players is look at his color on his jersey. That's full of sweat. And he's played his little heart out.
And I like our safeties, both of them, Wareheim and Lyles, both good. And that ball slipped out of his hands. That was Parker Weehunt throwing the ball, slips out of his hands, goes incomplete, brings up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Again, 4:09 to go here. The ball game, Southside trails 37-6.
Yeah, Bentonville West jumped on it like it was a fumble. It didn't go very far, but as long as the pass is forward, it's still incomplete.
That's called humidity.
Humidity, I think it was supposed to be a pump fake, and it just got away from him.
Again, that brings up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Again, like to end on a positive note here. They'll go strong right this time. Here's a snap. Weehunt wants to throw, throws the ball out, going to be complete. That's Bogner on the catch. We'll get up to the 46.5-yard line, be about 1.5 yards short of the first down. And that's another one when you got to look at is Nathan Bogner. Bogner's 3 or 4 catches tonight. You know, you've got to include him in the offense.
The key to getting him open there was the play action to Washington. That held the linebacker just enough so he could get out in the flat.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 1 for the Mavs, obviously in 4-down territory. They go strong right. Here's a handoff to Washington. Will have the first down as he crosses the 46 to about the 48-yard line.
May not look like much, but that is Southside football. That's what we need. It's 4 yards. 4 times 3. I'm telling you, first down, second down, third down. You've got a first down just like right now. Keep it between the tackles. That's where we belong.
And Jake Tyler will check in the ball game for the Mavs. Again, 2:47 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 37-6. Weehunt calls out signals, has Washington in the backfield. Looks that way. Now he's going to roll to his right. Here comes the heat. He gets away. He's going to run the football across the 45 at the 40. He's at the 35. Will run out of bounds inside the 30. And I like when he tucks and runs.
Yeah, he's got some wheels there that I don't think anybody had him printed on film and was even prepared for. And Bentonville West certainly has no answer when he decides to take off.
Yeah, he's had 2 or 3 really nice runs tonight in the ball game.
The thing you look for on that play, and I looked immediately, is to see if there's any flags on the ground, because a lot of times with a play like that, you're going to find a hold. It may be inadvertent, but you're still going to find it.
Eli Lyles checks in, running back, takes the handoff off the left side, cuts it back inside the 25, falls forward down to the 22-yard line where he's brought down by Nick Lorenzen.
If we could give a Jim Thorpe award, I think it's going to Lyles, even here at the first game. He's doing it all. He's playing his heart out. And you got to appreciate that Southside spirit that was in him.
And you've got several that are playing both ways for Southside. Jay Washington's played a little bit of cornerback. You've got both your safeties playing running back. There's several guys. And at some point, you may even see Briggs on defense.
Absolutely.
Weehunt takes a snap, wants to throw the football, throws it over the middle. Going to be led his receiver just a bit too far, incomplete. Will bring up 3rd down and about 2. Like the call.
But yeah, 2nd down and 2. Now you got 3rd down and 2, still a manageable play.
If I'm Southside, the clock's running. You're down to 1:02 in the ball game. I'm doing clock management here. I'm going to try to get these points and get out of here with something.
Absolutely. You don't want to leave the scoreboard as it is.
Weehunt takes a snap, hands the ball off to Lyles. Is going to be dropped in the backfield. Nice defensive play by Cody Stewart.
Yeah,
he's going to lose 4 on the play.
That was kind of in the words of an old defensive coach. That was shooting the gaps, and they found the gaps and just shot through. You can make them pay later if you had all kinds of time in the ball game for shooting gaps, but on that play it was a perfect call for them.
Looks like Southside may just let the clock run down. We're down to 25 on the clock. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 6 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Stands in the pocket. Will throw the ball deep down the field. Touchdown, Southside.
Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Perfect pass pattern. Had time to throw it, stayed with it, believed it was going to work, and it did.
Now trying to get the number who caught that touchdown pass. I think that is number
31.
31. I'm sorry, it's 31. That is Jake Tyler on the touchdown.
We got two different receivers with two different touchdowns tonight. All set up, I might add, Keith, by run plays, and that's the beauty of when your running game's working.
Nice finish for Southside, though, guys. As bad as tonight has been, to finish like that, it's very good. As they'll attempt the extra point here. Ball is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good.
Wasn't much higher than the last one, but the result is very good.
14.3 to go here. The ball game Southside now trails 37-13. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. Just a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire and need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. There's no additional cost, but some restrictions apply.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Nice finish for the Southside Mavs as they score a touchdown, a 32-yard touchdown pass to Jake Tyler from Parker Wiegand. Here's an onside kick recovered by Bentonville West at their own 36-yard line.
Even with a mercy rule, it would appear the clock is not started yet. So I guess on change of possession, so that'll be it.
Yeah, that's going to be your ball game. They're going to let the clock run out. They're going to let the clock run out. Southside's going to be a bit short here tonight as they're going to lose the ball game 37-13. Be back with the post-game show after this, the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show. And we'll name our players of the game when we come back. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto